Good day, everyone. Our research paper titled Ambulant Street Vendors in Balagtas, Bulacan, Philippines, Analyzing Impacts on Traffic Congestion. Presented by yours truly, Francesca Anzures, together with my co-presenters, Gia Marie Macatuno and Giselle Kitiol.
One of the social issues in the town of Balagtas in the province of Bulacan is the unimaginable traffic congestion along MacArthur Highway due to the presence of ambulant street vendors. The paper aimed to find solution regarding persistent problems brought by economic hardship to these people, the tradition and culture behind the economic activity they are engaged with. Ambulant vendors are visible in every center of commerce of every town because every walks of life converge in these places. Ambulant street vendors are those who sell their goods while moving from one place to another, categorized into peripatetic vendors who carry goods on foot and mobile vendors who use vehicles or carts. Frequently, said vendors situate themselves along easements, colloquially known as bangketa of national roads, engaging in the sale of street foods and other form of quick bite meals for the passing pedestrians, resulting in the narrowing of easement areas in certain portions of national road. The study aimed to delve into the effect of the presence of ambulant street vendors in the municipality of Balagtas, Bulacan, and how their presence may have exacerbated traffic-related issues.
Relevance of the study. The study is relevant to the following topics. Firstly, street vending's influence in the economy. Given that there is an increasing number of street vendors, not just in Balagtas, Bulacan, but across the Philippines, it suggests that a lot of people are still in the low-income class and are experiencing poverty. With that, it is relevant to conduct a study that aims to enlighten each of us on how street vending affects our growing economy, whether if it's good or bad. Second, administration of street vending. Street vending is popular with many Filipinos because it does not need a lot of money to start, offers a flexible work schedule, and can be set up almost anywhere in the community. This makes it an appealing option for many people facing financial difficulties. Hence, it is just timely to craft a study that describes the situation and discuss its harmful effects, along with generating a solution to combat the problem. The last one is the future of policymaking. It is also equally important as public administrators to constantly revisit the public policies with regards to the situation to further analyze if the government is taking action about this matter. This also possesses a chance to craft a possible course of action that can be utilized to mitigate the identified problems.
The study seeks to answer the following questions. How may the traffic conditions along Balagtas be described? How may the density of ambulant street vendors along the easement of MacArthur Highway, Balagtas be described? How may the placement of ambulant vendors alongside MacArthur Highway, Balagtas affect the traffic conditions as described by key local government officials? And what administrative implications may be derived from the findings of the study? For methodology, the paper employed a qualitative case study method to analyze the effect of ambulant street vendors in traffic congestion in Balagtas, Bulacan, Philippines. The method was used to describe and observe the situation of ambulant vendors and how they affect the traffic flow in Balagtas, Bulacan. Now let's move on to the respondents of the research. The study made use of purposive sampling as it selected participants based on their involvement in the topic of the study. There were a total of 5 selected participants who were a part and had direct involvement in the monitoring of ambulant vendors. These are the Market Master of Balagtas Public Market, Barangay Secretary of Barangay San Juan, Balagtas, Bulacan, Officer in Charge of the Municipal Planning and Development Office, Municipal Building Engineer from the Municipal Engineering Office, and Traffic Management Consultant from the Municipal Traffic Office. Furthermore, for the data collection method, we have utilized in-depth interviews as instruments to gain insights and information from key respondents who have first-hand knowledge of the topic. Additionally, structured questionnaires were prepared beforehand to guide the interviews and ensure consistency in the data collection process. After successful data collection, the researchers applied thematic analysis in discussing the results of the interview. This approach was used by the researchers to extract relevant data and analyze it, allowing them to gain a deeper understanding of the topic based on the research findings.
Table number 1, or traffic conditions and management, where the answers circulated from this set of questions. Number 1. What are the current conditions of sidewalks, road widths, and pavement standards in Balagtas, and how does it affect the traffic flow? Number 2. What factors contribute to the traffic situation in Balagtas? And number 3. What methods are used to monitor traffic in Balagtas, and what specific interventions have been implemented to manage congestion and illegal road obstructions? The findings reveal that traffic congestion in Balagtas is primarily caused by insufficient road and sidewalk widths, encroachment by vendors, and inadequate infrastructure planning. Contributing factors include the lack of parking spaces, unregulated tricycle operations, and insufficient traffic lights, which exacerbate the situation. To address these challenges, the municipality employs traffic monitoring through enforcer observations, CCTV, and group coordination, while interventions such as clearing operations and stricter regulations are implemented in collaboration with agencies like DPWH. However, these efforts highlight the need for more comprehensive urban planning and infrastructure development to accommodate the growing population and traffic demand effectively.
Table 2 described density of ambulant street vendors of MacArthur Highway, Balagtas, where it answered questions about what factors influence the concentration of ASBs in this area. How does the density of ASBs change over time, and are there specific times or days when the ASB density is higher or lower? The analysis of street vendors in Balagtas highlights their significant presence along MacArthur Highway and concentrated near the markets, particularly during peak hour, which contributes to traffic congestion and pedestrian safety concerns. The data also shows that Balagtas struggles with integrating vendors into formal spaces inside the public market despite it being available, as it conflicts with the vendor's interest and economic capability. Consequently, many vendors opt to take the risk of street vending due to the advantage associated in that informal settings. While the local government acknowledges the economic value of street vendors, challenge persists in managing their impact on public areas due to the weak enforcement of regulations and the absence of a formal ordinance that suggests its absolute prohibition in the highway or easements. Similarly, as the location of vendors' operational spaces is critical to the success and sustainability of their businesses, effective integration of street vendors into the formal economy requires more than relocating them to formal area. It also involves addressing the underlying factors that make street vending more appealing.
Table 3 described the effect of ambulant street vendors on traffic conditions, where it answered questions about where can these ambulant street vendors be found and how do the key local officials of Balagtas perceive ambulant street vendors situated in the easement of Balagtas. The findings show how ambulant vendors affect traffic in Balagtas, Bulacan, and it indicates that the sidewalks along MacArthur Highway, especially in front of the Balagtas public market, are commonly used by these vendors. Additionally, the area meant for pedestrians to walk has been largely taken over by these vendors, who use it as an illegal selling space. It is clear that these vendors can negatively impact traffic flow in Balagtas, according to Lawenco in 2024. As long as they continue to occupy the sidewalks, the traffic problem in Balagtas will persist. We conclude that the study reveals that traffic congestion along MacArthur Highway in Balagtas, Bulacan is significantly impacted by ambulant vendors occupying sidewalks and road easements, compounded by insufficient infrastructure and weak regulation enforcement. These vendors, drawn to street vending by economic necessity, prioritize informal setups over designated market spaces due to better visibility and customer accessibility, despite the disruptions caused to traffic and pedestrian safety. To address this, the findings highlight the need for inclusive urban planning that balances the vendors' economic needs with improved traffic management. Strategies such as designated vending zones, enhanced pedestrian infrastructure, and support for transitioning vendors into formal economies are essential. Sustainable solutions must replace temporary measures like road clearing operations, fostering an equitable urban environment, and building public trust in governance. With all that has been discussed throughout this study, we proposed several recommendations to further develop a progressive and inclusive community in Balagtas, Bulacan, while also targeting to combat the issue being brought by the ambulant vendors on traffic congestion. First, we have inclusive urban planning. To address the issue of traffic congestion caused by ambulant vendors in Balagtas, Bulacan, inclusive urban planning should prioritize the integration of informal sectors into the local economy while ensuring sustainable development. Local authorities could establish designated vending zones that are accessible, strategically located, and equipped with proper facilities to support the vendors' livelihoods without obstructing traffic flow. Second, stronger partnership with the Department of Public Works and Highways or DPWH. Partnering with the DPWH could greatly improve efforts to address the traffic issues caused by street vendors. The department could assist in better monitoring of traffic in Balagtas through the Annual Average Daily Traffic AADT system. This would provide the Municipal Traffic Office with more accurate data, helping them manage traffic flow more effectively. With better information, they can make informed decisions to reduce congestion and ensure smoother movement of vehicles and pedestrians, ultimately improving overall traffic management in the area. Last but not least, conduct more educational and livelihood programs. Since it was proven that poverty was one of the reasons why most low-income families resort to informal street vending, the local government of Balagtas should have the initiative to help their constituents to learn other forms of income-generating jobs or formal businesses that they could have in order to break the chain of their life cycle. This would only be possible through the partnership of the LGUs and other organizations. At this point in our presentation, we are providing the images and documentation we had during the completion of this research. This includes actual pictures of ambulant vendors in Balagtas, Bulacan, as well as the photo opportunity that we had with our respondents. That concludes our presentation. We hope that this study offered valuable knowledge to all. Thank you everyone and good day.